So now we have moved on to the next category of the question related to this particular chapter, and this category is named as the statement conclusion based on the general statements. So the statement which is given to us is basically like this, that religions provide the means of attaining eternal peace. People should follow these means. Okay, so religion is basically providing us the means for attaining the eternal peace. Okay, should new universities be established in India? Okay, so they are telling us that should new universities be established in India, and for that we are provided with the two arguments. So now we have moved on to the next category of the question related to this particular chapter, and this category is named as the statement conclusion based on the general statement. So let's start with the example of this particular category, and if you basically see the appearance of the question, so statement is given to us followed by two conclusion and it is followed by four options over here. So what exactly we are supposed to do, we have to basically read this statement carefully, and after that we have to identify that which of the following conclusion is definitely following the given statement. Okay, so let's start with the solution of this particular question. So it is given that this book Z is the only book, right? So is the only book that focuses its attention on the problem of poverty in India between 1950 to 1980. Okay, so they are telling us that this book Z is the only book that is focusing on the basically the problem of poverty in India in between 1950 to 1980. Okay, so this is the statement which is given to us. Now correspondingly we are provided with the two conclusions over here. So the first conclusion says that there was no question of poverty before 1950. Okay, so basically it is not given in the statement that the poverty was there in India before 1950, it was there or not. Okay, so we cannot predict that. Okay, so definitely this is not the conclusion which is following the given statement. So this one is absolutely wrong. It is not following the given statement, right? Now second one says that no other book deals with the poverty in India from 1950 to 1980. Okay, so basically why this particular conclusion will be true, because it is given that this book Z is the only book which is focusing on the problem of poverty in India between 1950 to 1980. So definitely we can say that the second conclusion is definitely true, because it is given that no other book deals with the poverty in India from 1950 to 1980, and it was already given in the statement that this book Z is the only book, right? So that's why we can say that second conclusion is definitely true. So the correct answer for this question, it should be option number 2, which is if only conclusion number 2 follows. Okay, so in this way we have to deal with the questions which are related to the statement conclusion based on the general statement, right? So now moving on to the next question. So a statement is given to us that Shyam is not the father of Hari, right? So we have to draw the given information over here. So Shyam is not the father of Hari. This is the first information which is given, that Shyam is not the father of Hari. This is the first information. Now the second is Hari is the son of Suresh. Okay, so Suresh is over here, and we know that Suresh will be in the upper generation and Hari is the son of Suresh. Okay, so it will be like this. Okay, and Hari is the son of Suresh. Okay, whatever is the information which is given in the question, we have to basically draw it like this. So basically we can relate it with the given conclusions, right? Now the third one says that Suresh has 3 sons. Okay, so Suresh is having 3 sons, out of which one is Hari, and 2 sons can be anyone, right? So definitely we are able to draw this particular information. Now we have to basically read the conclusions, and we have to find out that which conclusion is following the given statements over here. Okay, so let's start with the first conclusion. Hari is the brother of Shyam, so we cannot conclude this particular thing with the given statements over here, because we are not able to identify that Shyam can be placed where in this particular we can say the arrangement, right? So definitely we can say that the first conclusion is not following the given particular statement, right? Now talking about the second one, so it is given in the conclusion that Suresh is the father of Hari. So definitely we can assume that Suresh can be the father of the Hari. So definitely we can say that the correct answer for this question, it should be which one? It should be conclusion number 2, that is Suresh is the father of Hari, right? So in this way we have to deal with the questions, and it is basically justified over here that because by seeing this particular thing we are able to identify that Suresh is the father of Hari, and we are able to answer that the correct answer for this question, it should be only conclusion number 2 follows, right? So now moving on to the next question. So the statement which is given to us is basically like this, that religions provide the means of attaining eternal peace. People should follow these means. Okay, so religion is basically providing us the means for attaining the eternal peace. Okay, and it is basically given that people should follow these means. Okay, so people should follow the means which religions are telling to basically attaining the eternal peace. So, and the conclusions which are given to us are basically religions ensure a prosperous life. Okay, so is there any information regarding the prosperous life is given? Okay, if because it is given that religions are providing us the means to attain a eternal peace. Okay, but there is no such information which is given regarding the prosperous life. So if I talk about the solution of this particular statement based conclusion, so definitely we can say that first conclusion is not following the given particular statement. Okay, now talking about the second one, so religions help people to eradicate poverty, right? So basically there is no such information given in the statement regarding the poverty, because they are basically talking about attaining the eternal peace. Okay, and they are basically asking the people to follow these particular means. Okay, so there is no such information given which is regarding eradicating the poverty. So definitely we can say that the second conclusion is also not following the given particular statement. So the correct answer for this question, it should be which one? That if neither conclusion 1 nor conclusion number 2 follows, right, which is option number 4. Okay, so in this way we have to deal with the questions. We have to understand that what exactly the statement wants to say, and corresponding to that particular statement the conclusion should be related to the given statements, and after that we are supposed to basically find out the answers for the given questions, right? Moving on to the next question now. So the statement which is given to us is that money plays a vital role in politics. Okay, so this is the general statement. Now we have to basically read the conclusion, that which conclusion is following the given particular statement, right? So moving on to the solution part. So the first one says that the poor can never become politicians, right? So whether this conclusion will be true or false. Okay, so definitely we can say that this conclusion will not be true, because it is not necessary that poor cannot become politicians, right? Because money is having a vital role in the politics. Okay, but it is not like that if you want to become a politician you are supposed to be rich all the time. Okay, so the first conclusion is definitely false, and the second one says that all the rich men take part in the politics. Okay, so it is not compulsory that all the rich men who are having money they can take part in the politics. So that one is also incorrect. So the correct answer for this question is again which one? Neither 1 nor 2 follows, right? So we have to understand that what exactly the statement wants to say, and corresponding to that particular statement we have to find out that which particular conclusion is following the given statement or not. Okay, so now moving on to the next question. So the statement which is given to us is like this: the standard of education in private school is much better. They are telling that private school, the education system is much better than the municipal and the Jilla Parishad run schools. Okay, so they are telling that the education system in which the private schools are having the much better quality than the municipal and the Jilla Parishad run schools. Okay, and if I talk about the conclusions which are given over here, so moving on to the solution part of this particular question. So the municipal Jilla Parishad should make serious efforts to improve standard of their schools. Yes, definitely, because it is a serious problem, so they are supposed to take some serious efforts to improve the quality of the education which they are providing in their schools. So definitely first conclusion is definitely true, and the second one is telling us that all the municipal and the Jilla Parishad school should be closed immediately. Okay, so whenever we are talking about the statement conclusion or any logical reasoning basically topic, so that is always true that whenever we are basically having some problems, so never take the strict action on that. Okay, so first of all we have to basically make the serious efforts, then after making the serious efforts it may happen that the quality of the education may increase. So that is the harsh action, that all the schools should be immediately closed. Okay, so that one is definitely false, that whenever we are provided with some statement and we require some remedy or we require some solution, so that solution has to be positive, right? It is not like that that is a harsh solution and we have to basically directly move to that particular solution, right? So that is absolutely wrong, and we can definitely say that the correct answer for this question is option number 1, which is only conclusion number 1 follows. So now we'll be discussing the next category of the question which is related to this particular chapter, and basically it is a logical reasoning topic again, and the name of this particular section is the statements and the arguments, right? So the appearance of the question will be same as the statements and the conclusion, but in this we have to basically think a bit in a different manner. Okay, so let's start with the questions which are related to the statements and the arguments. So the statement which is given to us is that should adult education programs be given priority over compulsory education program? Okay, so they are telling that the adult education program be given priority over the compulsory education programs. Okay, so this is the statement. Now we have to read the arguments which are given in this particular question. So the first argument which is given that no, it will also help in the success of compulsory education program. Okay, so the first one says that no, it will also help in the success of compulsory education program. Okay, so now if you read the statement over here, so if I talk about the solution of this particular question, so it was given that should adult education program be given more priority? Okay, they are asking that the adult education should be given more priority over compulsory education programs. Okay, so they are basically focusing on the adult education program. Okay, and if you talk about the first argument, so they are telling no, it will also help in success of compulsory education program. Okay, so basically it is true because they are focusing on the adult education program. So will it give the success to the compulsory education program? No, it will not give the success. So definitely first argument is not strong. Now if I talk about the second one, yes, it will help to eliminate the adult illiteracy, right? So because they are focusing on the adult education program, so it is basically to eradicate or basically eliminate the adult illiteracy, right? So that's why we can say that the second argument is definitely strong. So the correct answer for this question, it should be only argument number second is the strong argument which is related to the given statement over here. Okay, so now moving on to the next question. Should new universities be established in India? Okay, so they are telling us that should new universities be established in India, and for that we are provided with the two arguments. So moving on to the solution part of this particular question, no, we have still not achieved the target for the literacy, right? So first of all, instead of basically setting up the new universities in India, first of all we have to basically target on improving the literacy rate, right? So they are telling that no, we have still not achieved the target for the literacy. So first of all we have to achieve that target which is based on the literacy. So that's why we can say that the first argument is definitely strong, because first of all we have to achieve the required literacy rate, then after that we can definitely set up the new universities in India. Okay, now second one says that no, we'll have to face the problem of unemployed and the highly qualified people, right? So they are telling if we basically set up the new universities, okay, so definitely the number of people will be more qualified, right, and will be basically the job opportunities will be the same, and definitely the qualified people will be the more. Okay, so it will result in the basically the problem of the unemployment, as well as the there will be highly qualified people who are basically unemployed, right? So definitely it will affect the growth of the country, and it will be in a negative sense, right? So definitely we can say that new universities should be established. Yes, they should be established, but definitely if they are established, then definitely it will cause the problem of unemployed and the highly qualified India. So that's why we can say that the second argument is also strong. So the correct answer for this question, it should be both first and second are strong, right? So in this way we have to basically deal with the question which are related to the statements and the arguments, and we have to think logically, and we have to read the statement carefully, and after that we are supposed to assume that which of the following argument which is given in that particular question is absolutely strong or weak.